Okay, this is WRC Generations. Looks like an add-on pack, but I guess it's a new game. First of all, the first thing that pops out of me is the fact that the graphics look horrible. I'm not impressed with them at all. They look worse than last generation. I think it's a cop-out that they're using real footage on a promotion for the game. I really think they should have only showed in-game footage. You know, they're just using the other footage as filler, in my opinion. I am excited to be able to drive the Toyota Yaris GR, the hybrid, you know, and that awesome anti-lag. That looks cool. The environments still look very bland. Again, using some real-life footage. Shouldn't be doing that. Will I be buying this game? Maybe. You know, it's going to have all the same problems. I guarantee it. It's going to have all the frame skipping. It's going to run bad on PC from what I've experienced. The physics just don't look right. It looks like they're in fast motion, and it looks like it's an RC car in a lot of these shots here. The cars don't look like they have as much weight as they should. The sounds still don't sound good from if these are what they're using here. You know, they're using all this hype camera angles and stuff, and it's like, who are these for? You know, for the people that are really into rally, they're not going to appreciate these angles that they're getting here. Like they feel like they're weightless. They feel like they're not realistic at all. You know, when you're getting footage of your game, you should have your cameras be grounded. Especially, you know, any officially licensed game should have the most authentic experience possible. You know, I think the WRC series, like the actual WRC real life series, is regretting choosing this company, you know, and having a contract with them. You know, they're basically ruining the WRC name with these games. It seems like they haven't improved the stability. The graphics look very similar to, you know, WRC 7. And I know this is a console game. It's a console game first and a PC game second. You know, I found it hard to believe that at one point none of my Fanatic gear worked with the game. And I don't know if it was something I was doing or whatever, but I deleted the game. I deleted WRC 10, WRC 9. I couldn't get it to work with my Fanatic gear. And they were official partners at this point. So, you know, I figured if they can't make it work with the very wheelbase and pedal set that they designed it for, you know, what are the chances I'm going to get it to work with, you know, the Camus wheelbase or a SimMagic wheelbase or whatever wheelbase? It's not a good look. Not to mention that the force feedback is very non-communicative. Like, you can drive the car right, but if you go off course or something like that, like, the wheel doesn't respond as it should. It feels like the physics are like turned off as soon as you go off the course. Like, the physics are only work on this set path. And if you go off that set path, it feels like the force feedback is not accurate at all to what's going on. And it's very upsetting because, you know, if you go slightly off course, which is, you know, when you cut a corner or something like that, it just doesn't feel right. So what I'm thinking is both the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox, whatever it's called, is it the Series 1 or is it Xbox One? I don't fucking know. They name their shit so stupid. I think because those consoles are Radeon based graphics wise, you know, GPU, I think if you have a Radeon graphics card, you might be in better shape than an NVIDIA card, which is what I have. So maybe no matter what I do, the architecture of the GPU is just not going to allow me to play this game with no frame skipping or whatever you want to call it, frame hitching, frame stuttering, you know. And then not to mention that the game would actually just crash on me. I'm talking about WRC 10. So if they haven't corrected these same issues that have plagued the series, you know, they've completely lost the trust of the community that supported them. You know, the only people that are buying this game now are people that are just like, oh, you know, let me give them one more chance. Or those people that are like, what's this? A racing game, you know, cool, dirt. Or someone like brand new to Rally. Like, you know, they're like, what should I play? Dirt Rally 2.0 or WRC 10? Like, they just don't know. They don't know what to expect from either. So they're like, so it still looks like a good option for them. So, you know, when I look at this footage, I'm like, I'm totally unimpressed. You know, this is running on PS5 supposedly. So many games look better than this. You know, And I know this is still being developed for PS4, but PS4 games look better than this. And I'm not all about graphics. I play Richard Burns Rally. It's my favorite game right now. So I'm not all about graphics. I can handle bad graphics. But if the physics are floaty, like what we see right here, if the sound still is just as bad as WRC 10, if the peripheral support is still just as bad, and the user interface is just the same, because user interface is garbage. Total garbage. It doesn't work well with ultra wides. It doesn't work well with a mouse. You have to do everything with the keyboard because it's replicating a controller D-pad. Is what they designed it for. So you know, the mouse implementation is very rough and it's spotty. Some of the things I do like about the series is a co-driver feature. I love the stages. The stages are the best stages out of any rally game, in my opinion. Maybe once Codemasters gets this license, they'll have all the licensing for these stages. That would be so cool, and they can just use all this work. I don't think it works like that, but that'd be awesome. Because one of the things that I think is lacking in the Codemasters games is the stages. The stages are boring. The layouts are very samey. Like, you know, if you drive through a stage, it just feels like a bunch of the same shit. You know, the road surfaces just don't change very much. You know, it's a pretty game, but a lot of the courses are very wide. You know, there's no like super narrow stuff like you find in the WRC series. You know, so there are a lot of great qualities to WRC, and I think the suspension model is pretty nice for the contemporary WRC cars, because the WRC cars don't exist in Dirt Rally 2.0. Only the R5s and stuff like that. That's like the most modern cars you're going to get on there. You know, WRC does have some redeeming qualities, but is it enough of an enticing upgrade? Because what, it's going to be like 60, 70 bucks again, just so you can play with 3 new cars? You know, what's there to offer here, really? You know, have you fixed your game yet, is what you should be asking this company. Have you fixed the game? Are all those fucking problems, are you going to go out with a bang, or are you going to go out as a disappointment? You know, this should be their last hurrah. And if they mess this up, what do you got? You have one of the coolest licenses ever, in my opinion. You know, one of the coolest motorsports ever, and this is what you do with it. The graphics just look kind of cartoony. It's just not right. You know, where's the VR implementation? You know, every major racing game has VR implementation at this point. Where is it on here? Did they show someone with a PSVR headset or like some kind of VR headset to be like hype people up about VR? No, because there's not going to be VR. And what's sad is on WRC 6, I believe, they had full VR working back then, and they scrapped it. They didn't even release it to let the community mod it or to make it better. It's just gone. There's no files anywhere, and it seemed to be a working version. I don't know why. I'm sure we could brute force it by now with, you know, modern GPUs. And where's the motion implementation? I know we are very few, but where is the motion? Every major game has motion. You can make it work. I have a video tutorial to make motion work on WRC 7 through 9, or 7 through 10. But the funny thing is, to make it work, you have to trick the game into thinking it's Dirt Rally 2.0. That's pathetic. Some of the lighting right there looked pretty good at that night stage. Hopefully they're saying with that night stage footage that they fixed the damn headlights, because before the headlights were just so dim. You know, you can see a pretty good distance with those bright ass headlights, you know, and in the game, it just, you couldn't see. But at this point, this series is going to die with these developers, right? This is going to be their last offering. It's going to die, and it's looking like they're not going to go out on a bang. It's looking like they're going to go out on a trip and fell, and they never got back up. You know, kind of good job, guys. You know, you made a game. It's kind of playable on some things, but you know, just overall disappointment. Like, they've done nothing to significantly improve the game. It's just been very incremental. As a fan of Rally, I just feel like they've done the WRC license such injustice, and I feel like a company should have stepped in and be like, look, you guys need some help. You know, this is a very important license for us. You know, this is a worldwide sport. You can't be doing this. You know, this is bad. This makes us look bad. This makes the sport less fun, less entertaining, less exciting, what you're doing. Yeah, so I'm really excited for Codemasters, because I think they're going to reinvigorate the WRC license. Hopefully they're going to knock it out of the park, physics-wise, graphics-wise, user interface-wise, having VR implementation, you know, having good car sounds. They already got that nailed down. You know, as much as I don't like Dirt Rally 2's physics compared to Richard Burns Rally Pro or even some Assetto Corsa mods, it's still a way more complete, way more playable game than WRC or any of the WRC games, any of them. So I'm really happy that they're going to be taking the license soon, and I'm sure WRC is as well. So I just hope they don't drop the ball too. Give us a hardcore mode. I'm talking hardcore damage, hardcore physics, no HUD. I'm talking no assists or anything like that. I want a hardcore mode, Codemasters. If you're watching this, please make that happen. Anyway, hopefully you enjoy this little disappointing look at WRC Generations. I just can't see it being a good way to go out. I just think they're going to drop the ball again. Will I buy it? Like I said, maybe. I don't have my hopes up. Have a good day. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in a future complaint video.